ミユシクラ、ミユシクラ、ミユシクラ、ミユシクラ、
Master Kura. Miyashikura. Miyashikura. Whoops, almost forgot. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. No. This one. Yeah. I'm back. And where I'm here to have fun. Here to do, pretty much do nothing. Because today is all about making a new me. A new me. So if you're new, if anyone is new to my thing, hi, I am currently KayMoon, but not gonna be, and yeah. So if anyone if anyone has any questions for me, go ahead and, I don't know, ask, and I will answer. So yeah. Oh, and also, if the quality is bad, please let me know. If it's a microphone issue, a camera issue, please let me know, and I will change things. If the volume of something is too loud, I'll change it. Just let me know. Let me know if anything's changed or anything is bad and you want changed. Yeah. Oh, I need to remind Discord about stuff. Discord. Okay. I notified Discord about what I'm doing. Huh. Oh, and I think it was like a little over a year ago, by a few days. I became a VTuber. So yeah, I'm a VTuber. I've been a VTuber for a whole year. And tonight is just rebrand. I'm gonna set stuff up, and tomorrow or something, I will publish it. Publish it for everyone to see. Oh, and I'll show you guys my new model, which is right here. I have a new model. I don't think it really fits me though. No. But it's a model, and it's really cute. And yeah. Takeover time. I have a microphone. Oh yeah, braids. Made face. I'm angry. Notebook. Glasses. Tail go poofy. Puffy tail. Very puffy. No ears. No hair rose ball things. And that's it. Yeah. I like it a lot. This is also made by the same people who did my other model, and I think they did this one too. So, yeah, very, yeah. I think I have another Discord server where, yeah, I don't know. You know, I probably should make like a bot message for people to tell me about stuff. So I'm gonna set that up too. uh, there we go. Perfect. That is something that I might just copy and paste every while. I haven't streamed in so long. It has been a really long time since I streamed. No. I copied and pasted the wrong thing. I have a couple of servers, Discord servers that I am, yeah, you know. I think that's it. Uh, yeah, I think that's it. Only those two? No. No, no. I have a third one. I'm hoping that none of this gets me banned. But it might. I don't know. I don't know. If I get banned from Discord, y'all know why. Well, not Discord, but my Discord servers that I am a part of. Um, does anyone even care about this stupid little stream? I don't know. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna get rid of the tag, because there's nothing really that sexual here. I don't think. It's just me. um. Hang on. Did I ever pay for my models? I did. This one was almost $6. And my original was about 50 cents. Insane. paid $6 for it, and now it's almost $20. My gosh. Wait a second. Why do I got my microphone out? Oh, those are heart eyes and a little blush. Sad. Yeah. What does 0 do? Oh. Okay. That makes sense. These models are cute. They have beautiful models. Okay, so the model that I'm currently wearing or using is also an Etsy thing. It's made by Dcraft Design. Not Minecraft, but Dcraft. Anyway, this is not why I'm here. Came here to do stuff. I gotta ask Google something. I gotta ask Google about a thing. Hello, Shadow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. It's so nice to have you here. How are you doing? How's your weekend been? Or week, or whatever time it is for you, or day. How is me? I'm good. Me is good. I'm gonna be doing a little rebranding thing. I'm doing really well, but yeah. Twitter isn't being a bully to me. Twitter won't work. Twitter, why are you being so dumb? I don't like you. Ow. My wrist. Do I have a picture of my VTuber model? I do. I have so many tabs open, my gosh. My gosh. I have so many tabs. My gosh. So many tabs. Okay. Gonna give you all a little tease of what I'm doing.
三好倉文子園三好倉文子
Fumiko. Fumiko.
三好倉文子園
Master Kura Fumiko Garden.
That's funny. That's funny.
Master Kura Fumiko Garden.
That's me. I'm gonna be Master Kura.
Master Kura Fumiko Garden.
Oh my gosh.
Master Kura Fumiko Garden.
That's funny. I like that. I'm gonna do that. Okay. I found a video about VTubers and names and stuff.
Hello, I'm Sakura Amano and welcome to
Look what I found.
my video. No, you probably should not be Sakura Amano. Do you know how many other VTubers are named Sakura? There are a minimum of at least 600 other results for VTubers named Sakura. Please, let me help you find a more memorable name.
Wait a second. Okay. Continue.
Hi, I'm Yuji and I promise I'm not usually that dramatic. And today I want to help you pick better VTuber names. Pretty please. There are a couple of VTubers I've encountered, once on Twitch or maybe Twitter, but because they had a name that others share or one that was long or like not especially memorable, I've never found them again, and not for lack of trying. I don't want that to be you. That's how you lose out on potential viewers, followers, and most importantly, friends. So to help, I'm gonna break down a couple of the current trends out there in the VTuber sphere so I can point out some of the strengths and weaknesses I see in them, and then I'll move into some tips involving coming up with a name and translating to a username. Let's get to a name that's unique and memorable, right? So right now, I would divide VTuber names into a couple of camps. One-word names like some VShoujo VTubers have had, what I'd call gamer tag names, which are also common in VShoujo and indie VTubers, and
VShoujo. How dare you? That's a bad company. We do not mention VShoujo. Do not. No. Bad.
full first and last names like most of your Hololive and Nijisanji VTubers have. One-word names are kind of self-explanatory. Examples include VTubers like Meat, Limalicious, Centrea, Snuffy, Onigiri, Giga, Crimbo, and I'm sure we could list a ton more. These names can be a double-edged sword though. They're super easy to remember, tend to be descriptive of the VTuber in some way, and make for a nice concise branding, but however, they either soar or fail when it comes to something called search engine optimization, or SEO. If I type a name into Google, there is nothing else fathomable that would come up if you search Limalicious, so that's really great SEO. My full name, Squeegee, has decent SEO in the top result, but I'm not the only other thing out there called Squeegee. If I type something like meat or onigiri in, I'll get food unless I specify VTuber, and furthermore, if one of your VTubers like this doesn't have the word VTuber in their name or description of the sites they use, they still won't actually show up if you do that most of the time. The second issue that can arise from one-word names is username availability. Most one-word usernames are likely taken unless you have something unique like Giga. Sites like Discord and Twitch give priority naming to big creators, so if you name yourself something like Pizza that's already taken, you can get that name once you reach partner status or have had Discord for a very long time, but that's really not that great to rely on, and what about all the time you'd have to wait in the meantime? Next are what I'm calling gamertag usernames, which are your two-word with no space names. Iron Mouse, Silvervale, Shy Lily, Chibidoki, Buff Puff, Pumpkin Potion, and any VTubers with extra numbers or letters in their name. This is pretty similar to the one-word names, but because most of them are compounds of two words, it lowers the chances of struggling with username availability and issues with having poor SEO. A search for Iron or Mouse turns up really nothing we're interested in, but together they make a unique identity. With this in mind, most of these VTubers only go by part of their name anyways though, likely due to using the second part of their name solely to get the username and good SEO aspect. Last are full names, which are a first and last or given in family name. Narissa Ravencroft, Selen Tatsuki, Ren Penrose, Gargura, and a vast majority of other agency VTubers have names like this. For some, like Gura, these names can be super easy to remember and support their brand. However, if you forget a VTuber in this category's last name, looking them up can be a bit harder. If you know what agency they're in, they have a really unique first name, or so popular that they'll just show up first when you search for their first name with VTuber after, it still works mostly okay. However, if you're an indie VTuber, you probably won't be having most of those things working on your side, sadly. A name that flows so well that your last name won't be forgotten is one fix for this, and choosing a last name that is descriptive of you is another. So, with these categories in mind, here are 6 tips I'd give for choosing a name. First, I'd like to pitch that often, especially for indie VTubers, the first 2 categories of names work the best. It can be enticing to want a full first and last name, and if you have something creative, descriptive, and short in mind for it, do not let me dissuade you from it. But the other categories tend to win out in SEO and memorability. My second tip is in relation to using a Japanese name. I get it that VTubing has its roots in anime culture, but individuals who are not Japanese or who have no plans to speak Japanese or stream in Japanese using Japanese names have fielded some mixed opinions in the VTuber community. So some have expressed a distaste at it.
Chat? I don't think VTubers should have Japanese name if they're not doing content in Japanese.
Or think it's tacky and almost like a weird weeb form of cosplaying. Some don't mind it, and others kind of expect it because of just how many VTubers are named this way. I'm personally kind of neutral about it. I don't have the authority to make the call on it either, but I would at the very least mention that it can come across as false advertising to potential viewers. They may have specific expectations resulting from clicking into a stream with a Japanese name, perhaps. I would also follow up by mentioning that some VTuber agencies that originated as Japanese only before opening English branches don't give their talents Japanese names all the time. Apollo IVN and some of Niji Sanji Ian's recent talents follow this kind of trend. We don't always have to follow the lead of agencies, but this does show a precedent for English talents not using Japanese names. There are still exceptions, of course, and I will leave this up to your discretion. I just think this warrants being kept in mind, perhaps. Third, a tip that I'd hope perhaps is a no-brainer, but relate your name to your VTuber concept. If you don't know what I'm talking about or don't have one, you might want to watch this video I've got linked up here. Being named Emily tells me nothing about you. As a VTuber, your name is your brand, and if it isn't saying something about you, it could be serving you better. So if instead you are Emma Lily, a floral-themed VTuber, that tells me something more about you, right? That isn't maybe the strongest example on Earth, but you get what I'm saying, right? Fourth, think about search engine optimization. Google is your friend. Type your prospective name in, and what comes up? When I was deciding mine, I tried this, and because the only other result was an inactive business, I took that as a green light. No one's gonna outcompete me. If you know my name, you can find all my socials pretty much instantly. I would also suggest checking out the VTuber wiki. It doesn't contain every VTuber ever, but it'll give you a good idea if a name is already in use by someone well known. And fear not every common name has been used already, so if you have picked your name off of like Behind the Name or some other site and ended up with something unique, you may be good to go. If you encounter a few, like less than maybe 5 VTubers sharing the name, going down the gamer tag or descriptive last name route could give you some strong enough SEO for it to still work pretty well. Fifth, if you're going down the full name or gamer tag routes, for the sake of memorability, alliteration and rhyming can be things that work well. The double G in Gargura, the double R in Rero Ron, the ending E sound in Mori Calliope, and I'm sure you can think of a bunch of more examples of this, but they work pretty well. It's just how the human brain works, to be honest. Pattern recognition is a very good memorization tool. Sixth, a pun or play on words, especially one that leads to alternate spelling, can be a good route for finding a good one-word name with strong SEO. Cinder, who is a mildly not safe for work VTuber with a fire motif, being named Cinder, like glowing burning ashes, but spelled like the act of sinning, works pretty well. On the Rocks, an extrapolation of On the Rocks, is a play on words for a VTuber who's a producer that enjoys alcohol as like a primary personality trait. I am a squeegee, as in the tool used for screen printing because I'm a printmaker, but it's spelled with eyes because I'm an inky cap mushroom that prints with ink and goes by EG. Just like a final note here too though, alliteration and pun names can be sometimes kind of tacky, so do at least bounce your name off of a trusted friend or someone else so you can gauge their reaction. If they giggle, maybe either that's good or pick something else. So if we put all those tips together, a name that relates to your VTuber concept, is concise, isn't used by something or someone else popular, and perhaps involves alliteration or play on words is a pretty safe bet. Next, I'd like to give some pretty quick advice on translating your name to a username. If you luck out and can grab your exact name or some variation with it with like a dash or underscore, good for you. A lot of us, however, might not be this lucky on every site. Even if we found a name with good SEO, and I highly recommend using the same username across all platforms, consistency makes for a good brand and lets fans find you more easily anywhere. I got Squeegee on YouTube, Twitch, and Tumblr, but it's taken on Twitter and TikTok by inactive accounts, sadly. This led me to claim the name Squeegee on all accounts where I could, and use one name that is available across all of my platforms. There are some quick solutions to having your username taken, and no, please do not resort to numbers or random letters or anything like that. No one's gonna remember those. The first solution tends to be adding a suffix, and there's some mixed feelings about this. BT as a suffix has the community a bit split. While it can be good for letting people know what it is that you do, or alerting others that you're also a streamer or VTuber when you're in a Discord server or Twitch chat, a lot of people now see it as tacky or a beginner move, sadly, and I'm not speaking like as me thinking this way. I've just seen some takes on Twitter about it. I use 3D as a suffix personally because I'm more of a 3D modeler than I am a VTuber necessarily, and I've seen artists use things like art or draws or something else, and these kind of descriptive suffixes can work all right in some cases. Another example, Tori and Chibi, both VTubers with relatively common first names, use Doki after their name to solve this. And there's also a number of VTubers who use bun or another short word too. Instead of a suffix, you might instead use a gamer tag type name as your username despite going by something different. And I have a feeling this is why these types of names exist in the first place anyway. Finally, you could use a creative spelling of your name. I've seen spellings altered by changing vowels to an X like in Shoto, ooh sound to an oo like in spooky. Don't go too crazy with this probably. Do as little as you can to get a usable username, otherwise people still might not be able to find you. With this in mind, the goal in your SEO research phase when you were picking the name was to try and avoid this, so hopefully these things won't be necessary, or you luck out and manage to snag the version of your name you want once you grow a bit. The final thing I'd like to say about usernames is that if someone is reading your name and only calls you part of it, they will often naturally only call you by the first part of it by default. If you've been in a Twitch chat, you've probably seen what I mean when streamers refer to chat members, and this is something that's true for being a VTuber too. If you organically get a nickname, it's usually also going to be based on the first part of your name. Because of this, just make sure that you have your username written with what you'd like to be called first. It might be a total non-issue for most, but I still think it's worth pointing out. So this was a little bit shorter than my usual tip videos, but I kind of woke up in a cold sweat with some very strong feelings about this.
Shorter? That's supposed to be shorter? It's 10 minutes. What are your other videos? What?
The other night that I wanted to put out in the world. My name isn't perfect by any means. My SEO is okay. I have a suffix on my name because it was taken by some sites, and people innately want to call me by my full name or Squeege instead of EG, but you know, you live and you learn. If I could prevent any of you from making the little mistakes I did, I'd be thrilled. I hope this got some wheels turning in your head about choosing the best name you can, and if there's any other topics you'd like me to discuss related to VTubing or art, just let me know in the comments. Farewell for now.
Cool. That's good to know. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna end the stream now. I think I'm ready for a rebrand, and hopefully it goes well. That's it. Bye bye, everyone.